Many parents ask me, what will the children in EBHLE grow up to be? I ask you, what do you want your children to grow up to be? When I ask many children, they tell me they want to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, a chartered accountant. All these are professions that their parents or some other adults have drummed into their minds. Nobody has asked the child actually what they want to be. When I ask them, what are you passionate about? The children tell me, we are passionate about, one would tell me, I want to be a writer. One tells me, I want to be an artist. One tells me, I want to do agriculture and be a farmer, organic farmer. Some people tell me, I want to be an architect. Some people tell me, I want to be a designer. I want to be a sculptor. These professions are looked down upon in society today. I tell parents, the children at EBHLE will grow up to be happy, healthy, and harmonious. That's important. Now, whether the child is a janitor or the president of a nation, so long as the child is happy, healthy, and harmonious, this world is going to be happy, healthy, and harmonious. What we want our children to be should be a reflection of the world we want to see for our future. Let me give an example. There are millionaires today. A millionaire is not happy. He wants to be a person who has 10 million instead of the 1 million that he or she has. And in that order of pursuit to get to the 10 million, they are unhappy. Oh, I only have 1 million. I want to be having 10 million. And in that pursuit, they are living unhealthy lifestyles. They are waking up at early hours in the morning, skipping breakfast, skipping lunch, or having cocktail dinners and eating all the junk food they can. As a result, they are unhealthy and popping pills by the hour. Next, they are so obsessed with getting to the 10 million or the 100 million that they are kicking and screaming at everybody who comes in their way. So a person is having $1 million but is unhappy because they want to get to $10 million. In the process, they are living an unhealthy lifestyle, popping pills by the hour, and they are not harmonious. They are shouting at everybody. What is the point in living that life? Instead, if I am just trying to be a normal clerk in a place, or I am trying to solve a problem of world climate change by planting trees, and I am just planting a few trees every day, which later on bear fruit and help me live a livelihood, I am happy. By eating those things, I am happy, and I am harmonious with nature and the people around me and the animals around me. That is what we want our children to grow up to be. I have lived at Sapna Ranch, which is in the wilderness, for the last 9 years, of which the first 4 years I lived alone. There was nobody within 1 kilometer radius of where I lived. And what did that teach me? Number one, it taught me that I don't own anything. This nature does not own anything. The mango tree doesn't say that, oh, this mango is mine, I will not give it to you. Or it does not say that, oh, you are the only one who gave me water and manure, and therefore you are the only one who will get mangoes. It gives mangoes to anybody and everybody who comes there. So we need to shift from ownership to sharing. That's first. Second, we need to shift from race to pace. Today, everybody wants to do fast and wants to meet deadlines and so on. But think about it. A baby takes 9 months to be born. No matter how smart you are or no matter how advanced our technology is, it takes 9 months for a baby to be born. If you have to get the baby born in 7 months, everybody knows they have to go through prenatal care. And that is tough. So nature has its pace. If there's a mango tree and it gives 4 years to get to the fruit of mango, we try to get it in 2 years, but then that mango is not really the mango that it should be. So we have to move from race to pace. Third, we have to move away from sympathy and move towards empathy. I don't give money to beggars. I used to give. I have noticed that when I give money to a beggar, some of them would take that money and go and buy a cigarette. I myself don't smoke. Why should I subsidize somebody else's smoking? Instead, What I do now is there's a beggar, I give them whatever fruit I have. I always carry fruit with me. I don't carry candy or things like that. I carry healthy stuff. And if you know, an apple costs 20 rupees. If I give the beggar 5 rupees, the person will be happy. But the person may not know how to use the money. So that is sympathy. Giving 5 rupees is sympathy. But giving an apple, which costs more, is empathy. Because we are putting ourselves in the shoes of the other person and realizing that what the other person needs is not money, but food to eat. Sometimes I even put them in a hotel and in a restaurant and tell the manager that, here's the money, let that person eat whatever they want. So we need to move from sympathy to empathy. We are also sympathizing with our own children. Oh, let them not struggle. That is sympathy. Instead, we should say, oh, the struggle is what made us successful, and therefore let them struggle too. We need to give them the opportunity to struggle so that they can be successful. That is hard. Empathy is hard. But hard things are the one that makes us successful. Next, we need to move from equality to balance. Now, if all our 5 fingers were equal, we wouldn't be able to do 90% of the things that we are able to do because our 5 fingers are unequal. The thumb, the little finger, everything has a role to play. And therefore, this world today is obsessed with equality, not realizing that equality is a curse and not a blessing. In balance, there is blessing. In nature, everything is not equal but balanced. No 2 leaves are the same. If 2 leaves are the same, I can bet you that plant is artificial. So let us celebrate our differences and therefore celebrate balance. Lastly, we need to move from fear to passion. Everything is being done by fear today. They're saying, if I don't do this, something bad will happen. If I don't reach office in time, somebody is going to scold me. If I don't finish the project in time, they're going to be upset. If I don't pass in the exam, my parents are going to shout at me. There are so many kids committing suicides because they have not been able to do well in exams. I mean, is not doing well in exam a crime? It's not. Why let kids live in fear? There are so many things that kids can do. We are trying to focus on what you can't do. Instead, let's focus on what we can do. So what we can do is fear. What we can do is passion. And I hope everybody lives their lives in passion, especially children. If we do this, then our children will grow up to be happy, healthy, and harmonious. We want our children to be creative problem solvers. And I can bet you, a creative problem solver will never grow hungry. We want our children to be people who resolve conflict. So again, they are going to help bring peace in the world. We want our children to live lives where they can practice having to do things that help this world become a more peaceful and better place. And by doing so, we are trying to create a better world.